Recent polls have shown us that a majority of Americans do in fact agree with the statement that Donald Trump is a dangerous dictator. So most of the country is already on board with the fact that, yeah, this guy is trying to be a dictator. And of course, Trump had famously told Sean Hannity last year that if I win the presidency, I will be a dictator, but only on day one. And as we've seen throughout the first 120 days of this administration, it's gone a little bit further than day one. And that, of course, is what is concerning millions of Americans. But it's not just average Americans that are concerned. Historians and political scientists are viewing this not through the lens of being a voter or being a citizen. They're viewing it through the eyes of history and the eyes of science. And what they have determined is that the United States right now is effectively on a speed run to become a dictatorship and completely destroy our democratic processes. In fact, we have, according to one of these political scientists, checked off almost every single box towards becoming a dictatorship that we have seen in all formerly democratic countries that became dictatorships in modern history. Turkey, Hungary, and of course, Venezuela. They all went through a similar series of events, these political scientists say, which are, of course, repeating themselves here in the United States. Let me read this to you. This is from Scientific American. Okay, not an opinion piece. It's not from some liberal left-wing rag. It's from Scientific American. Since Donald Trump's inauguration, the country has embarked on the slippery slope towards autocracy, concludes political scientist Daniel Stockmer of the University of Ottawa. And he said, rather than a coup, Trump's attacks on law firms, universities, immigrants, and others constitute a more incremental form of democratic erosion, he writes. One that follows a 6-step theory of incremental autocratization based on research on the democratic backsliding seen worldwide in recent decades. The model arose in major part from the work of political scientist Marianne Neuer of the Dresden University of Technology. She looked at the last quarter century's collapse in Venezuela, examining how states turned from democratic to autocratic in stages as opposed to a sudden coup.